Hi, my name is Sergio Rodriguez, and I want to talk to you today about the ELCA and its unique position that it currently finds itself in, and how I, as a seminarian, am working to meet the unique challenges the ELCA is facing. In a post-knowledge, secularized, and polarized society, the church finds itself in a position where it's just difficult to be able to preach a gospel that's impactful for our communities. And so I think there are three particular issues that I want to focus on that are related to this underlying issue. One, we need to understand that the church, what it means to be the church, is not defined by our worship space. That to be the church is to be the baptized community of God. Not only that, secondly, it is a church that welcomes the other, that welcomes marginalized people of society, that identifies with the immigrant and their plight. Because the reality is that the question of immigration, of the dreamers today, and the question of queer folk in the church today are questions that ultimately go back to the nature of the gospel. Is the gospel only for people of a specific cultural and ethnic group, or is the gospel also for all of us? And third, the reality is that we have lost our voice as a force in society today. We are not at the forefront of societal and social changes in America. Simply put, the days of Martin Luther King are not here anymore. They're long gone. And we need to be able to wrestle with the questions of today. Wrestle with what people in our society are hungering for and be able to meet them where they're at. And by doing so, that's, I think, one of the ways that we'll be able to meet this challenge. And so it takes a certain type of leader who understands that the church needs to change. It needs to grow. It needs to go from its old ways to the vision of the kingdom of God for all people. And it also needs a leader that understands that this is accomplished through one-on-one relationships, personalized, community-based movements. And as someone who formerly studied to be a mental health professional, and someone who's currently in a congregation that is actively working on rebuilding the community trust with our church, I find myself in that unique position and in the position where I think I can meet this challenge. I have a couple of ideas in mind that will address some of these issues, and I think these stem from my own personal understanding of the faith. First off, I think we need to digitalize the church. The church needs to be more active on a local level in social media and in different platforms. In this sense, we need to not only just focus on posting different sort of advertisements or having websites, but being able to have an option where people can live stream Bible studies, live stream worship, and put in prayer requests and put in questions for Bible study. Because the reality is the church is defined as those who are baptized in Jesus Christ, no matter where we are. Secondly, and I think it's a very important point, that we need to be able to engage in our community and build community partnerships. Because the reality is the local church has to sustain itself and sustain the lives of its members. The members have different needs. If we focus on building these different community groups, we will be able to not only impact their lives, but to meet the forefront of societal change.